Hey y'all, today I'm going to talk to you about a simple and efficient way to ferment your chicken feed. What we did is we took a 5-gallon bucket, and in that 5-gallon bucket I filled up whatever feed I had in my coop for the chickens, approximately 1/3 up from the bottom. The dry feed was 1/3 up from the bottom, and then I filled the rest of the bucket up to about 1/4 of the way from the top full with just tap water. Now, some people say to not use tap water because it's chlorinated, but what you're looking for in the chicken feed is a fermentation, and it still will ferment if you use tap water or distilled water. So the easiest way to get your chicken feed to start fermenting, I have found over the years, is to utilize a probiotic that you could pick up at your farm supply store. I choose to use this one because it's available to me at Tractor Supply. It's a Duravet probiotics. It's a daily probiotic for poultry. If you were looking to ferment goat feed or pig feed or any other type of feed for your livestock, it would be the same process that I'm going through now, but I recommend you pick up the probiotic at your farm store that is specific to the animal that you're looking to ferment feed for. By utilizing a probiotic as a starter, you can achieve a fermentation in your bucket within 24 hours. So we filled up our grain of the chicken feed to approximately there. We topped it off with water, leaving about a fourth amount of head space for fermentation room. And what we're going to do is put approximately 2 tablespoons of the probiotic into the mix and stir it around. And what this is going to do is this is going to help you get a start quickly on your fermentation process. Once you're done stirring all the grain in to get it nice and wet, you're going to top off the grain in the bucket with a little bit of water. This is going to help to ensure that mold does not occur on the top. And we're going to then, I prefer to put a lid on my bucket. Some people just leave it open, but living out in the country, there's flies everywhere. So I have a standard easy on, easy off lid that I use, but I've poked holes through it, as you could see. All I did, honestly, was just use a ice pick, and I just poked some holes through it with an ice pick. So you're gonna put that on top, you're gonna secure it completely down, and the holes are gonna give you ventilation for when it ferments. The gases are going to be able to come up and out without blowing the top off the lid of the bucket. Okay, y'all, here we are 24 hours later. Our feed is completely fermented. It has a nice tangy smell to it. If you've ever smelled sourdough bread or buttermilk, you'll be familiar with what that scent is. So we're going to put this in bowls and bring it out to the chickens. Then I'm going to show you how to make your next bucket using the remnants of this starter. Now that we've made our starter using probiotics the first time, we don't have to do that again for subsequent buckets of fermented feed. What you'll do is you'll reserve about 1 to 2 cups of the feed that was already fermented on the bottom of your bucket, and we're going to use this as our starter for our next batch. And every batch that we make after that, we will always keep 1 to 2 cups of starter on the bottom of the bucket, and we'll make a new batch out of it. So we'll add our water in to the bucket. We added water to the bucket about halfway. We're going to stir that starter around in the bucket to distribute all of the probiotics around into the water. This will ensure that when we add our feed and stir it together, that every bit of that feed is going to have some of the probiotic in it to activate the ferment. And there you go. Our next batch of fermented feed is ready to percolate. Remember to leave yourself about 4 or 5 inches of headspace in the bucket for the fermentation process, because the grain will swell again and it'll start to bubble, so you need room for that. And this bucket will be ready within 24 hours to feed to the chickens. This is what I found is the most efficient and fastest way to ferment your feed for your chickens. So thanks for watching the video, and if you have any questions, you could put them in the comments below.